To me, precision, as we're going to talk about it here this week, means having the discipline to do something as well as it can be done. Having the discipline to do something as well as it can be done every single time. Having the discipline to do something as well as it can be done every single time, and I'm not quite finished with this definition. Precision is having the discipline to do something as well as it can possibly be done every single time, even if it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Having the discipline to do something as well as it can be done every single time, even if it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. And precision is what most players are not. Most players, most people aren't real dedicated to precision. Most people are happy to do stuff pretty well. They're happy to do stuff just good enough to get by. They're happy to cut corners and hope for the best. That's how most players are, that's how most teams are, that's how most people in the world are. But in a nutshell, precision is doing all the things that say, I care enough to be above average. It's doing all the things that say, I care enough to be above average. Good point guards develop what I call a ridiculous attention to detail. A ridiculous attention to detail. If you want to be somebody who's a master of precision, you better develop a ridiculous attention to detail. And why do you think that a coach would want that? I mean, why is that one of these invaluable intangibles? Well, think about it. Let's say you had to have heart surgery. Would you want a sloppy, undisciplined doctor or a disciplined and precise doctor? If you were being tried for a murder that you didn't commit, would you want a sloppy, undisciplined lawyer or would you want a disciplined, precise lawyer? If you were flying in an airplane, you want a pilot that cuts corners and is kind of sloppy and doesn't really pay attention to detail? Or do you want a pilot that's precise and a stickler for details? Well, if you're a coach trying to win a championship, do you want a point guard that's sloppy and undisciplined and not very precise? Or do you want a point guard that is disciplined and has a ridiculous attention to detail? So this is one of those intangibles that will separate you from a whole lot of players and from a whole lot of people. Coaches love players who pay attention to detail, especially their point guard, especially their team leader. So start to be precise. And it's not easy to be disciplined and consistent. It's not easy to do things as well as they can possibly be done every single time. But guess what? That's what greatness is. It's being able to do over and over again things that are very easy for anybody to do every once in a while. So that's precision. You know, psychologists tell us that 93% of all communication is nonverbal. 93% of all communication is nonverbal. So what that means is the majority of what you're communicating to other people ain't coming out your mouth. It's coming from your body language. So start to have an awareness of what your body language is communicating.